青へ強がって飛び乗って風に流って青空昨日を越えろ Hello everybody, welcome to Talking Mons, our Digimon Adventure 2020 recap podcast. My name is JD and I am joined as always by my two good friends, Jeanette and Gary.
Hello!
Yay!
And today we will be talking about episodes 31 and 32. The first of which, the New Darkness Millennium Mon. I'll let you take a guess of what that one's about. And the second one, Soaring Hope, which has a very strange turn. We'll get to that one.
Come on. It just one of my favorite Digimons turning into one of the best Digimons of all time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, we'll go ahead and start with episode 31, A New Darkness Millennium Mon. Basically, the big highlight of this episode, besides Tai and Sora fighting a bunch of ghosts, so we kind of called it with Lopmon being one of the holy Digimon.
I mean, she is very holy. She pulled a Moses.
She did.
And parted a sea of trees.
A sea of trees, man. It was really random. But yeah, so we get some backstory about Lopmon, who apparently is the reincarnation of, they call her Cherubimon. I am used to calling this thing Kirpymon, but it's whatever. So you get kind of a backstory where Lopmon used to be Cherubimon and fought in this big angel darkness war that they keep mentioning. It was weird because there's a shot of this where it shows Cherubimon surrounded by a bunch of angel silhouettes. I have not figured out what the bottom two were, but I did notice that the top two are different forms of Angemon. One of them's Blade Angemon and the other one's Clavis Angemon. I don't know if those names will be the same, but that's how I know them as. I like Clavis Angemon because he's like red and white and he's got a big key sword.
Ooh.
He's got a keyblade, so to speak.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess I guess I may have forgot about this aspect, but this is the way that Lopmon is kind of like explaining this whole backstory about the whole war is that all of the partner Digimon that we know now are actually just reincarnations of these warriors from this giant battle back in the day, which is kind of strange and not like too different from like other kind of Digimon lore. But what do you guys like take that for?
I am once again reignited in my hope that we will see everyone's mega
Yeah, now
evolutions.
after the flashback with all of their mega silhouette, that's kind of what I'm hoping to.
So actually, I don't have it pulled up here, so I apologize. But someone did comment on our last episode where apparently the silhouettes of everyone's mega appeared in like episode 5 when they were going into some backstory about the Holy Digimon. I do.
I'm so glad that our
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm so glad that our listeners can remember because I sure as hell can't.
Yeah, I got so much going on, but yeah, no, I do appreciate when, because that's happened a couple times where we'll forget a detail and then one of the listeners will come back in and be like, oh, hey, it's actually this. And everyone's actually really nice about it, so I really appreciate that. Not like, you dumbass, why don't you remember this? It's because, you know, I've got a million things going on in my life, so I can't remember
And a million
every
shows.
aspect, but... Right, man.
It's definitely appreciated.
Do you understand I do another animation podcast on this channel? But no, I do really appreciate the listeners coming in and like filling in the blanks for us when we forget. I it's really appreciated. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about this whole like everyone's a reincarnation thing. It's just strange. But I do like that they kind of showed that Moon Millenniumon, who is like the second stage of Millenniumon, is inside that dark crystal that we've been seeing for a long time now. That's been like, dark evolving everybody. I guess at least to me, that kind of makes more sense as to why it has that power, is because like there's this ultra powerful Digimon living inside of it, so like it can like dole out power to everybody else.
I'm just glad that they didn't actually show Millenniumon. Like, it's in the present timeline. It's just more of a setup rather than actually suddenly Millenniumon is chasing after them or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that they like kind of showed him a little bit in the flashback. I don't even think the version that we saw of him in the flashback was the full version. But yeah, I'm glad that he's not like the big overarching protagonist. He's like still in a cocoon state right now. So I'm guessing he might be like an end boss kind of thing. Like by the end of the series, he'll break forth and be the big end boss bad guy. But yeah, I'm glad they're kind of just teasing us for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, the doggies. Lapamon.
Oh yeah.
Before that happened, I swear, because of the helmet shape. Oh my god, are these going to be like Laputa robots?
Dude, you're not the only one who thought that.
Hey, now I thought that it looked like that girl from Chrono Trigger crossed with a dog.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I told my husband that, and he's like, what the heck are you talking about? I was like, don't you see it?
Yeah, I kind of see it. But Gary, I had the exact same thought as soon as I saw the heads of the dogs. I'm like, that's just the Laputa robot from Castle in the Sky.
And they're so cute, though.
These giant shaggy dogs who are like part tank, I guess, because they, like, I was reading and it says like they have like 8 legs underneath there. I like,
yes.
These things probably have like tire treads. They're like, no, they have legs. They're just under the giant shag of their fur, but like their inside is like, there's like a sitting area inside of the dog.
Which
it's
really weird.
It's very strange, but like, I mean,
I like I like where Izzy is like doing the what's that Digimon, and he's talking about how someone to teach him how to tap dance.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's so random, but I kind of love it.
I know, Gary, you've been like filling us in because I usually skip over the Digimon factoids at the end of the thing, but I have been watching the last few of them, and I am getting a kick out of Izzy, like, because I always took it as like Izzy was just giving us straight up facts, but now I realize that he's just been asking like really dumb questions about things, and I actually find it amusing.
Yes,
he's such a dork.
It's great.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is a big for anybody else. Probably not. Okay, so did anybody else play Digimon Rumble Arena on the original PlayStation?
I never owned the original PlayStation.
No, but I know of it.
Okay, so what really kind of got me excited about this episode is because, so we've got Patamon, and then they evolve into Metal Phantomons. Cool, whatever. But then one of the Phantomons evolves into this thing called Gokumon. Now, I know him as Reapermon, and I know him as the end boss for Digimon Rumble Arena. That was the first time he showed up. And I'm like, as soon as he pops up in this show, I'm like, damn, they're just pulling Digimon from every corner of the franchise now. So I got real excited when like War Greymon and like Reapermon are like fighting each other now. And I'm like, I've done this before. I did this 20 years ago on the PlayStation. He was kind of a hard boss if I remember. But
I liked Reapermon's design a lot too. Like he's got a badass design.
Yeah, it's like a big robot mummy Reaper thing with a big scythe arm.
Mm-hmm.
And he did his like big fire tornado attack and all his good shit. I liked it. Oh,
it was good. Like the fight in that episode was really fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just like that the ghosts just they keep coming. Like you think there's like, oh, there's a bunch of Bakumon and there's a Skull Phantomon. I'm like, nope, we're gonna just evolve all the ghosts into Metal Phantomons, and I think Skull Phantomon's a different Digimon. I'm sorry. So there's all these like metal Grim Reapers just flying around doing some bullshit, and Grutamon and Metal Greymon are just trying to fend them off, and I'm like, and then just one of them evolves into Reapermon because why not?
Didn't he get struck by lightning?
Yeah, I think so. By the Dark Lightning. But no, I like this episode just for like all the weird subtle the weird reference to an old PlayStation game and getting to see this giant fight, and now we're introduced to these big transport dogs, and now we got this more of the backstory of what happened during the war.
But it's just very convenient. Lafwan just beamed the image into Tyrannosaurus head while they're running.
He's like, why tell you when I can show you? I'm going to beam my memories into your brains. Which I thought was really weird because she does this while they're running away from something. And then when they come out of it, they're still running. They didn't stop to do this. So it's like, did she just make sure that Tyrannosaurus didn't run into a tree while hallucinating?
Well, she did part the forest.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
I think it's amusing that she has all these powers, and then she's like, "I must stay with the trees."
Yeah, she's like, "I owe my
the trees.
I owe my life to the Woodmon or the forest creatures, so I have to go with them. I can't go with you, but Godspeed, I guess."
She's like, "You guys may be fighting a holy war, but you're going to do it without me. Peace out."
I make them. I must leave, but you didn't do anything.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think the implication is because she doesn't have a partner.
Yeah,
she can't digivolve anyway. So
see, that's I mean that kind of is answered by the episodes before this, where Digimon can get the power to evolve if they fight enough. I don't know if this Lopmon just doesn't have enough of the holy power because it's a reincarnation. I'm not really sure, but I have a sneaking suspicion this is not the last we'll see of her.
Oh, I hope not.
No, I don't think so.
I suspect that she will get the ability to turn back into Cherubimon at some point and join the big holy fight.
Yes.
Before she part way, she did confirm that Kari is the last Digidestined. Well, sorry, chosen one. Yeah,
because she says that there's 6 warriors and there's 2 holy Digimon, and Kari is has the second holy. I think this was in this episode. It's been 2 weeks since I watched this one. So Gatomon has always had a split Mega Evolution, and I was wondering, are they going to give her Mega Germon, who's the giant pink dragon, or are they going to give her Orphanamon, which is like the female Seraphimon? And they from the silhouettes that they showed, it is going to be Orphanamon.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It fits the angel motif.
I mean, it could be both.
To have them both.
I mean, judging from what we see in the next episode.
Well, I'm just going off that they showed the silhouettes of everyone's megas again, and they did show Seraphimon and Orphanamon together. So maybe we'll get both. I don't know. Obviously, we'll talk about it in a second with the next episode, that there is apparently split evolutions now. Without the need of Digi-Eggs. But is there anything else you guys want to talk about this episode before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on to episode 32, which is Soaring Hope. Guys, Pegasusmon is back.
Yeah, that was so unexpected.
Yes.
I did not see that coming. Like, Patamon finally gets the strength to evolve, and I'm like, all right, cool, Angemon's back. And then he's like, nope, I'm going to evolve into a horse.
See, I was like on Instagram, I was seeing all these pictures of Pegasusmon. I was like, oh, cool, people are throwing back to the old days. No, apparently that's what a Patamon evolves into.
You
But I
got
like
spoiled
Pegasusmon, so I'm
before
okay
knowing
with
you
this.
got spoiled.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm oblivious. So
Pegasusmon is back, and he's got a spin dash this time.
And TK to the puke afterward.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's got a mad kick. He can Sonic the Hedgehog. He's got a horse kick.
Yeah.
He
Shoots laser beams from his face, but I think he could always do that.
he always could do
But
that.
yeah, I
and
just
then
love...
TK.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then TK's tiny enough to get right on him, no problem.
Yeah.
Although I think he did that in the second
Yeah.
series
Yeah,
too.
he's always been big enough to ride. He is horse sized, not like not like War Greymon, who he is growing at least like 10 times his normal size in this version.
War Greymon is like the size of a scraper.
Well, now he is.
Skyscraper.
He didn't used to be.
Yeah. No, in the old days he was like people size, but now he's like his own kaiju.
Yeah, I'm about to say
like,
War Greymon is an actual kaiju now,
Yeah.
which I'm down for. I like giant War Greymon. He's cool. But yeah, this episode kind of starts out with TK and Patamon running away from these. I kind of like Fangmon's design. These giant red
Bad doggies.
wolf things. I like Fangmon. Yeah, it's basically a dog fight, a literal dog fight this entire episode.
Yeah.
You got the Fangmon and then Cerubu. How the fuck? He's a giant Cerberus, everybody. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
And the fluffy
Fighting
good
Commandomon,
boy
who are these giant
came-
shaggy dogs.
Yeah, the fluffy good boy came to the rescue.
Fluffy good boy. And I like that Tai is like, because Commandomon can't look backwards, Tai has to keep yelling at which directions to dodge.
Yeah. It's all very video game-esque.
Yeah. And we kind of keep flashing back to Izzy, who's like giving everyone an update about like the status of the space station crashing into the Earth. He finally determines that like, so most of the debris is gonna be fine, but it's all gonna like be centralized to Tokyo, because of course it is.
And somebody leaked
Not
it
bad enough
online.
that Godzilla tries to attack, but
and fake news are feeding the evil Digimon.
Izzy just casually throws around the term fake news. Oh god. I'm so glad that era is over now. Anyway. But everyone's being attacked by the dogs. My little shipper heart was very happy with this when Sora gets hurt and Tai is showing general concern for her, and I'll just be over here in my corner now.
Oh no, it was a great moment between Sora and Tai. Like, it was really cute.
I just like that they've been hanging out just together the last couple episodes. It warms my heart.
Yeah.
My cold black heart. But yeah, we just they keep fighting with the dogs, and then the dog's boss, the Cerberus, shows up, and then at some point TK's like, or Patamon's like, I'm gonna evolve now because I've got the strength of my human now, and
Well, he got motivation from Force Ghost Lapmon.
yeah. That's pretty much what happens. But yeah, it's just weird that Patamon normal evolved into Pegasusmon, or I think they're just calling Pegasmon, but I know him as Pegasusmon. I'm going with English dub names. I always have. But it's weird because this sets a I think this might set a precedent for maybe Gatomon goes into Fairymon one time. Who knows? Maybe. Flamedramon, where's my boy at? Where's he at? Is he gonna show up?
What if Gatomon?
What if he did?
I mean, judging from the little end of episode preview, what if Gatomon has her evil evolutionary chain for a few episodes?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. I haven't seen Gatomon yet. We just know that Kari is still hanging out with the knight dude.
They're becoming
They kind of are, honestly. Kari keeps asking him questions.
Like, okay. I have to say, with the preview for next episode, it's like Kari is engulfed by darkness. It's like, yo, she seems pretty okay with this. She seems pretty chill with what's
Kari's
going on.
like some kind of special because like nothing ever phases her. She's just like this blank stare at everything around her that happens.
She's hitting the emo face early.
I don't know if she's emo. She just like... do we need to check on her? Do we need to like get her examined? Because she is not reacting the way a normal person reacts to things.
No, she's just very calm with everything.
I guess.
Like, okay, this happened now. Okay, this happened now.
It's I don't know if she's calm. She just like has this wide-eyed like expression all the time, but she like doesn't react to things. It's like I get it that she's probably like 6. But yeah, she got whisked away by this scary Black Knight man, and like she seems pretty chill with it. And it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah. I am excited for the next episode to see more of Kari, because I want to see if we can just get any more personality out of her.
Yeah.
Or she's just gonna stare the entire episode.
Oh.
While Ty gets all worked up.
I'm just gonna say, if you guys don't want spoilers for the next couple episodes, don't look at the episode titles. I always have the Wikipedia episode guide up, and they just list all the upcoming episodes, and the next 3 episodes are already up, and they tell you exactly what's gonna happen. So I'll leave you, the listeners, and you, my friends here on the podcast, to figure out what happens. But no, that's the thing I don't like with anime, is that like sometimes they'll just like straight up put spoilers in the episode title, and I'm like, come on, mask it a little bit.
Well, I mean, they don't have that big of a spoiler culture. Like if you like a lot of spoiler when was basically shown in the trailers for several of the MCU movies. Like, before they were released in the US, but they were advertising in Japan.
Yeah.
They kind of just tell, this is what happened.
That's just... I'm just like... I guess that's just a difference between us here in America. Because, like, last episode, like, we got War Greymon for the first time. And that was rad. But I think a little of my excitement was lessened because the episode title told me that was what was going to happen. Like... If I would have just seen him evolve into War Greymon out of the blue in that episode with no knowledge, I would have been like probably like 10 times as hyped about it.
Oh yeah.
But and just looking at the episodes coming up ahead, I'm like, well, I guess that's gonna happen. But so Pegasus Mon shows up. He helps Metal Greymon and Garudamon beat the dogs off, and then everyone's happy and they're off on their merry way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was a fine episode. I think mostly the shock of seeing Pegasus Mon was, I guess that was the big surprise of the episode.
I sort of had mixed feelings. Like, the episode didn't really connect with me emotionally, but I like how Patamon's like, I'm going to be a hero in my own way. And then he evolves into Pegasus Mon. I thought that was pretty cool. It just didn't hit the emotional high that some of the other episodes have hit for me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
It felt very, I don't know, like shallow or hollow, or it just didn't have that emotional depth that I've come to kind of expect from the show.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Wasn't amazing, but had a few cool surprises, so yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, that's about all I've got. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap up this week?
Well, we should catch up with the other kids really quick.
Oh God, yeah! I honestly forgot that they
exist.
The kids are. Yeah. So Izzy's still doing his thing.
He flew over a battlefield with a lot of tanks. Also, again, unfazed.
Yep. Izzy's just kind of not paying attention. He's got other things going on. I like that. Mimi has gone from rock collecting to now Togemon is boxing with Golemon. I don't know if this is a friendly fight or not.
It sounds
the
friendly.
The Gatsumon seem pretty into it.
She sounds so excited.
Like, I'm pretty sure that, like, they're gonna flash back to what these guys have been doing. Like, I feel like there needs to be, like, everyone gets a quick episode, gets an episode, or like, okay, this is what Joe's been up to, and this is what Mimi's been up to, because, like, at least with Mimi, like, there's a distinct difference between the last time we checked in with her and now. I don't know how she went from rock collecting to now we're fighting a giant rock monster.
Well, it's still rock related.
Well, you know, Mimi, she's American, so she's probably a secret WWE fan.
I mean, maybe. I just like that we cut back to her and, like, Togemon is just totally boxing with a rock monster. Like, I want to know this story. What's going on here?
I would definitely am more interested in that than the random holy Digimon stuff.
A little bit. And then Joe's story just keeps getting weirder because, like, at first it was one naked man, then it was many naked men, and now he's being held naked by Cherrymon, a giant tree.
With vines.
And I like that no one seems really concerned about it. Like, because they...
So, confession.
So, go ahead.
So, confession, I was in the kitchen when all this went down, and apparently I missed something quite awkward.
It's just like, I don't know how he got there, but Cherrymon, the giant cherry tree monster, is there. And he's taken Joe, and he's wrapped up in vines. Joe's still naked, by the way.
In the towel.
He just took him out of the bath. Not sure how this all happened, but...
But the naughty one was still really chill.
Yeah, they're still just hanging out, you know.
But we
just doing their thing.
We haven't seen Matt at all in the past few episodes. We heard from her. But...
Matt and Garurumon are running through the wasteland. That's all we've been shown. They're just running, not doing much, just running. But yeah, I'm very interested in, like, what have Mimi and Joe been up to? What are they doing? This seemed like very interesting stories to me. But yeah, it was just weird because, like, they start checking in on everybody. I'm like, okay, Mimi, how you doing? And she's like, not even listening. She's like cheering on Togemon as they fight. And she's like, okay, she's all right. And then they check on Joe, who is screaming and, like, screaming for help. And they're like, Joe's probably fine. Golemon's got this. It's like, okay, I guess we're not just going to worry about Joe then.
Well, you know, he's a senpai. He can take care of himself.
Yeah, he's the leader. I mean, he's the oldest. He should be able to take care of himself. He may be being... He's not being, wrapped in vine tentacles right now in a provocative situation, but, you know, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what everyone else has been up to while Tysora and TK have been having their little... holy adventure. Good times, everybody. Anything else you guys can think of?
I'm good.
Nope.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for listening to Talking Mons. We appreciate your listenership. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this episode or episodes. And if you didn't look at the next episode's titles like I did, post your theories about what's going on.
I just did.
I'm sorry.
I just did. I'm so pumped. I can't wait.
I'm pumped. I'm just like a little wind out of my sails. I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta wait for it to happen now. I'm sure a lot of people can infer what I'm talking about, but but yeah, that'll do it for this week, guys. Thank you for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll be back again next time with more Digimon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.